Hello and welcome to Buyer's Remorse. I'm Justin.
I'm Darren.
In this show, we talk about games that we force each other to play that are actually in our library already and we have not touched. And for you, it was a game that you've just gotten recently in the Humble Bundle Monthly, right?
Yeah.
Hidden Folks.
Yeah.
So those of you that really care, that gives you an idea of how long it sometimes takes for us to record and then upload. But Hidden Folks, I've had on my wish list for a little while now.
Me too.
So I'm very curious as to... I thought that this might be a good game, so this is not the kind of like purposely make you play something bad, but kind of is it worth it for me to buy it kind of incentive on this one. So,
because it's not cheap on its own. It's
not.
$10 or $11 on its own.
Which already had me kind of contemplating the bundle, because then I would be getting at least 2 more games with it. But Hidden Folks, what is Hidden Folks?
It's Where's Wally or Where's Waldo, depending on which part of the world you come from. The whole thing is black and white. It's all hand-drawn. It's very cute and cartoony and very well done. It's really well done. The maps have different sizes. Some of them are just like, you know, I wouldn't know how to say it, like just the size of your hand basically on the screen. Some of them are fill the whole screen. Some of them you have to pan around, like the maps are gigantic, like maybe 6 times your screen that you got to wander around. They're huge, some of them.
I'm assuming that they level you up. You start with smaller ones and...
No, you just kind of go between them. Like sometimes between levels there's like a short little mini puzzle. And so it's basically you have to find the hidden object. It's not just Wally, it's find a chicken or a cactus or whatever.
So is there kind of a legend that pops up?
Yeah, and what's really interesting is you get the picture of what you're looking for and a little writing, like, you know, of what it is. And then when you hover over it, it'll give you like a little riddle. Like, so if you're looking for, I don't know, flower girl or whatever, it's like, oh, she usually tiptoes through the meadow. And so if you look for a meadow, then that's probably where she'll be.
So it gives you a hint, basically.
Basically. Because there's no hint system actually in the game. You can't just click on hint and light up something. That's not in the game. So that's a nice little mechanic. Also, what's nice is as you're mousing over the map, there's different sound effects. So, for example, one of them was find a beekeeper, and the bees are pretty small. And my little laptop screen is already small, but as you're mousing over, you hear bzzz. And this is the selling point of this game. The sound effects are incredible. They're so amazing because the whole thing is done by people's mouths. So you've got like, if you're clicking on a car, it's just someone on a microphone just going meep meep. If you click on the engine, it'll just go. If the door opens, it's like it's just someone just doing beatbox and sound effects with their mouth, and it never gets old. And every time you find an object, it rewards you by just going bling. It's just the funniest thing. And so yeah, there's so many sound effects in the game. That's part of its charm for sure. The pictures are also not static. People move around on the maps, which makes it even harder because they're like, oh, there's an Aladdin on a flying carpet. Like, oh, you expect him just to be hovering in one place. No, man, that guy's moving around this gigantic map. You can grow things. So, like, there's one where you have to find scarecrows, but to make the scarecrows appear, you got to click on the plowed land. You click on them, and then they grow, and then the scarecrow will appear. Then you can click on them. So it's more interactive, like than just walking around, like mousing over a screen and clicking on objects. I played it for obviously the whole hour. I completed 9 levels. Mm-hmm. There are 12 levels still left.
Okay, so they're about 21.
Right, so I got just under halfway through in an hour, but also there's 4 more levels coming soon, so it seems like the developers are still adding to the game.
Oh, wow.
Because I think people are that's probably why it's on Humble, to be honest, or it was on Humble, because it is quite pricey. And so they wanted to generate some interest in the game again, and also tell your friends if they missed the Humble to get it, because actually we're still adding levels to it. So, yeah, so 9 plus 12 is, 21, then 4 to come. So there could be 25 levels, which at my playthrough time, it might take you about 3 hours, like, to finish that. And I don't know how hard it becomes, but I'm stuck on a level now. It's really big, and like I said, there's no hint system, so you can't just brute force your way through the whole level. You can't just like wait for a hint, take it, wait for a hint, take it, wait for a hint, take it. If you get stuck, you get stuck until you finish it. Or look at a walkthrough. I don't know if there's any walkthroughs of it, but
there must be in today's day and age.
I'm sure.
If not, maybe that could be your amazing entry into walkthroughs.
But it's amazing the amount of hate they got for releasing this on Humble. Like, everybody's like, 30-year-old males don't want to play Where's Wally? It's like, well, it was on my wish list. Like,
Yeah.
what does that make me? I must be some kind of fool.
Yeah, and it's on mine as well. I think there's something nice to that. And you said it's not just like the book, because in this one, they're walking around, they're moving. I think that that's nonsense, because how many, bars, pubs have you been in where they have the little machine of games and
like the spot the difference games, the hidden object games.
Exactly. Those are standard on those machines. So clearly some people like to do that.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the thing is, if you've got kids as well, it's a game you can play with your kids.
This is the type of game where if it's kids, like you and I, we'll play through probably once and go, oh, wasn't that nice? Kids will play this over and over.
Oh yeah, you get your value. If you're buying it for a kid, it's instant value.
Yeah, because they will look at the Where's Waldo or Where's Wally books over and over and over again. Yeah. So, imagine, it just must be a real win with any kid.
Yeah. So I play it with my daughter, and she loves it. It's very cute and stuff. And it's amazing because, like, the things that I miss as well. She's got a good eye, eagle eye, and I'm missing stuff. Oh no, there it is there. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that all along. Yeah.
I was waiting.
I was
for you
testing
to find
you.
It. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is a totally cracking game. It's it is a little bit pricey, but I mean, once you break it down, it's like, And if they keep adding levels, even if they add like another 4, that's going to be 29 levels, and that's going to balance out about 3. Is that right?
25.
I meant 4 more to that 4. So yeah, 29.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if they continue to support it
beyond that,
even just for a little bit longer, I'm trying to think of the artistic style that it reminds me of. I can't place it though. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
But it's simple, right? It's black and white.
Black and white, very simple. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what 3 tags would you give this one?
Hidden object.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a take on hidden object games. Family friendly, I guess.
Okay.
Like good for adults, but also good for kids.
Yeah, family friendly is good.
And I don't know, cute sounds. Like, honestly, the sounds really sell the game to me.
Okay.
If they'd used actual sounds, I don't know what would be different. I mean, it would just be normal, I guess. Mm-hmm. Them using their mouth to make every like the cows, the chickens, the farmers, the car door opening, all the little weird fart noises that they make and stuff. Everything is done by a human's mouth, and that adds something like pretty cute to the game and special.
Who would you recommend it to?
Definitely all the hidden object people that some people swear by those games. I like them too. Some people are diehard kind of hidden object players. But definitely those type of guys.
Would you recommend it to me?
I would, yeah. I think you'd like it. I think you would like it. And I would recommend it to anyone who likes, and maybe a better tag would be casual game.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's something you can put on for like 5 minutes if you've got, it's a coffee break game, basically. You could play it for 5 minutes, you could play it for 10 minutes, you could play it like I did for an hour and still have a good time.
And do you think you're going to keep going?
I'll have to finish it, yeah. But, it's got little things that keep you going. Like, so you finish the big main puzzle, and then you've got, instead of just finding more objects, there's this person is walking home, and you have to click on objects to clear his path and like raise the drawbridge and stuff and get him from point A to point B. And so there's little twists on the hidden object kind of genre, which is kind of interesting.
Okay. So, confirmation or remorse?
Super confirmation. Yeah. It was worth, I mean, the fact that it's $10, the Humble is 12. So it practically paid for itself.
Confirmation.